Good day, everybody. This is Rain Enjoyer Bear ASMR here with another video for you about Pokemon. First and foremost, I hope that you're doing well. If not, that is also completely normal. Although people don't really like to talk about how they are not doing well. I hope that you get the resources, the support that you need in order to pull through in your hard time. And I hope that this video might help you to relax a bit. If you're not here for the ASMR, that's also completely fine. If you're just here for the cards, I just do this as a hobby. I like to talk about Pokemon because I love doing that, and I think it's. I even see it with myself, right? Like in the age of media, of digital media, where your brain is literally being rewired throughout all of the overconsumption of social media, for instance. Your attention span is getting less and less. I even see it with myself, that hobbies are so goddamn important to have in these times, to do something else than just passively sit on social media. And yeah, just not doing really anything in terms of anything that you actually like to do. And so, just rambling about Pokemon cards is one thing that I actually really like to do. And yeah, this will be one of those videos. In the last two videos, I showed you my own card collection. And there's actually been a lucky day for me because in August 2025, I sent in about 27. There's one card missing, which I'm actually still figuring out how to solve it, but I sent in 70, not 20, 72 cards to PSA. And American, but I think they also in Japan. But it's American based, an American grading card company. And I got my slabs, the cards that have been graded, back about a few days ago. I've been opening them with a buddy of mine, and today I'd like to show them to you. Now, most of them are worth some good money. I know that maybe because with all the Pokemon card stock market overlaps situations, that the hobby got a bit twisted, that maybe we shouldn't always put a value, like in terms of monetary value on cards. However, in this video I'll be doing that for the sole purpose of actually, because I am trying to resell them. I don't really care about slabs. I will, however, show you 3 cards that I actually safeguard, that I actually quite like, that are slabs. And I don't mean the slab like whoo, but you'll see what yeah, the flick of the wrist. You'll see what I'm referring to. But in this video, I might occasionally talk about the value of a card because I'll spend a good amount of money on those cards, and however, the monetary value doesn't have to set the individual value of the card for everybody. So if you think that card doesn't really is worth more because you appreciate it way more, go ahead, be my guest. Right. Okay. With that being said, let's head right in. So I already know each grade, so it wouldn't make sense for me to like hide the grade like with thumb on stuff and then just create a fake reaction like, oh my god, no way. But what I will do is to create some suspense. First of all, show you the cards, the slips that I already had, that I quite like, and then starting at the lowest grade and progressively going higher, will show you all the cards that I got, will give my 2 cents on them, and then we'll continue. I hope that there won't be too much background noise. I'm filming in broad daylight. I wanted to actually film this video yesterday, but A, I was quite tired, and B, my neighbors, well, let's say that they had a good time upstairs, so it was a bit of too much of a ruckus, too much noise. Alright, let's get into it. So the first slab, the first card that I did not sign in, but that I quite enjoy is this one. This is Swablu. And this is a CGC 10 Pristine. This is my most favorite kind of slab from the grading company CGC. But I'm not referring to the gem mint 10s, but the pristine 10s, because as you'll see, they look different. I like Swablu, but I also really like its evolution, which in German is Altaria. I don't know if that is also the English name, but yes, that is Swablu, a pristine 10. I think the only thing, like value-wise, more valuable in one sense would be a PGS 10, like a perfect card from the grading company PGS. They have something. They have like a gold label, which is like a pretty good card, a gem mint PGS card from the grading company. And then they have the black label, and the black label PGS is probably the best grade you can ever get on a card. But the slabs value in they differ in their appearance, and I like this slab the most in terms of appearance. Next card is this one. Now, you might wonder, okay, Taurus, why a Japanese 8.5 Taurus? I don't really like this card in particular. The grade there's also nothing really like worth talking about. Especially not if it's from CGC and it's just an 8.5. But this was the first grade that the first slab that I ever got, and it was gifted to me, I think, by a person from whom I bought something via eBay, and they just sent it in, probably because it's not worth much. But I am treasuring it since that day, and I've been treasuring it since that day. Because I think it's just such a nice gesture, right? Even like another person's treasure is another person's treasure. So yeah, really, really like this card for the nostalgic value. And this is the last slab that I have, and I just like it because it's so dorky. It's a Ditto. If you know Ditto, this guy. Or this person, because Ditto doesn't really... it's not a person, but this creature, because Ditto doesn't have a gender. I think some Pokemons don't have genders. Oh, actually, let me rephrase that. Most Pokemon don't have genders, but some do. But I just love the silly art style. It's so cute. Let me actually get it in future times more near to the camera. It's so cute. This guy in German is called Lutotze. This is a Lapras, this is a Pikachu, this is a Magikarp, Capital, and this is a Ditto. But in this card, in this image, each Pokemon is a Ditto. You can see it on like this face, this typical Ditto face, because Ditto is, I think, a failed clone of Mew, the legendary Pokemon. And Ditto can basically shape shift into any kind of Pokemon, with the exception that you will always see this face on the Pokemon. Such a silly guy, I love it. And I'm currently trying to get this card. It's only available in Korean. I'm currently trying to trade this because I don't like how the CGC 10 label looks. Just for comparison, this is a CGC 10 versus a CGC Pristine 10. I'm trying to swap this, to trade this with some money into a Pristine Ditto 10. Wish me luck on that one. Okay, so these are the slabs that I already have. Now let's get to my submission. We'll start off with the lowest grade that I actually got from a dent that you can see here. And that is a Gengar and Mimikyu Japanese 5, which still goes for about $750 to $1,000 euros, I mean, which is pretty crazy. This is one of the most sought after GX, Pokemon GX Tag Team alternative arts. So you have your usual artworks, and then you have alternative artworks, which are the more rare, the more sought after, the more prestigious ones. Yeah, and deserved 5 for that one, but still worth quite some money. And once again, I am selling them because I don't really have any interest in these slabs. Besides, yeah, besides trading them for cards that I want, that I really want, or just selling them to make money, to buy cards that I really want. Okay, next card. This is a vintage card, a Skyridge 2003 Gyarados, German. Was quite disappointed that this one got a 6 because I bought it for like 220. Even it even has like a nice, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there. Look at this. It has like a nice swirl on here. Was a bit disappointed, but still worth, I think, about 300. The prices are always fluctuating, sure, but about 300 euros. Okay, if I were to sell it. This is a Vaporeon VMAX, Chinese version, simplified, I think. I really still need this card in English or in German, because look at all the Pokemon that you have here. You've got a melodic. You've got I don't know what this is in English, but in German it's Barschwa. And you have a horsey Sieb in German. A Manta. What is it? Something with Manta, because Manta in German means like an animal resembling this Pokemon. Such a cool card. Shame it's a 6. It's only about like 17, 18 euros, I think. Well, it is what it is. Next one. Okay, Gengar and Mimikma GX in German. So Mimikma means Mimikyu. This one got a 6, I think, because as you can see, I don't know if the camera is able to pick it up, but here doesn't seem like it. Here the top corner looks a bit sort of. But again, this card, because it's got Gengar and Mimikma is resembling one of the other more known Pokemon, Pikachu. And so you've got Gengar and Pikachu, kind of, or like a pseudo Pikachu, which is something. This one I was very disappointed in. Raichu, German, 2000, year 2000, so huge vintage card, first edition. I bought this in a CGC 9.5 for about 200 euros, I think, or 300. I mean, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but look at the top here. I didn't see that at the time, but this got a CGC 9.5. And now this is a PSA 7, which already shows you the different, like, expectations a grading company has towards a card. I still very much enjoy looking forward to the day where I will start collecting vintage cards like these ones, like base set and all of that, and Neo Genesis, Skyred, fossil jungle. Yeah. These are old expansions, older sets. Now this here is, so if this was a fossil first edition Pikachu, Raichu, this was sample for fossil. Here you have another fossil card, or in German Fossil. A Honda Alpolo. I don't know where the Olo, like this syllable, comes from, but Alp basically comes from the German word Albtraum, which is nightmare. Yeah, got this, I think, under 100 euros. Well, not worth that much now, but I'll be able to just sell it or to trade it, which is fine. But I obviously hoped for something more valuable. Umbreon and Darkrai GX in German 2020. This is another alternative art GX tag team version, meaning that there are two Pokemon on one card, and this was a promo card. I mean, there's something in the corner, top left corner here. Something maybe here. But yes, sometimes, this is an inside joke, but sometimes it feels like the grading companies, especially PSA, this grading company, is just throwing dice. Just throwing a die and seeing what it will land on, and then deciding on a grade for a card. Okay. Now, same card we had in a 5, now in a 7. And both are still worth very, very much. This card in a 10 is worth about 4,000 euros. So a 7 is still quite good. I think it's about 900 euros or something. Oh no, actually this is the first time we got this card, because the other one was in Japanese and there's the first one in German. My bad. Okay, here we have Poliwhirl, German Quapuzzi, an 8. Not what I expected, I'll be honest with you. Not what I hoped for, but still one of my favorite illustration reels from the 151 expansion. Those of you who've watched the other videos that I posted might remember me saying that this set 151 from 2023 got me into Pokemon card again. Or into collecting Pokemon cards. And this one is such a lovely card. Love it. So cute, looking into its own reflection. We have an Alakazam EX in an 8. A 10 would be 400 euros, an 8 is like 55. Once again, I wished for more. With most PSA cards, you've got a kind of rule of thumb that if you get like a 9, if you get a 9 was not worth grading them. Oops, excuse me. With a 9 or 10, it was not worth grading them, and that you probably should have not sent them in. But the thing is that the grade depends on so many things. I mean, they are very seasoned people, very seasoned collectors on the internet that are able, because of their vast amount of experience, to always tell if something will get a 10 or something lower. There are also people that are actually professionalizing themselves in like restorating a card, like fixing some issues. You can do all of that, but this was my second submission I have added to PSA. Now, I probably would not have sent in half the cards that I sent in if I would have had the amount of knowledge that I have now, about 5 months later, that in the time that I actually sent in the cards in August. But that's the name of the game, right? And it doesn't do like any good thinking about what would have been if I would have done that and that. Doesn't really bring you anywhere. Another, bigger card. 1,400 euros and a 10. Here it's about 150 euros. A Magikarp. Lovely illustration. Most people actually don't notice this, but there's a Gyarados over here. And this illustration is so beautiful because it is inspired by the, I think it's Japanese myth or folklore of the koi carp that went upstream even though the other carps kind of branded him a fool for that and laughed at him. But then he managed to swim upstream, managed up the waterfall, right, all the way here. I don't know if this is Mount Fuji, but it is some type of mountain, right? So the carp goes all the way up, and then at the zenith, the tippy top, the carp transforms into a dragon, and you can see Gyarados towering over the mountaintop. So that is one detail that I really like about this card. Okay. And by the way, also one thing, I know that these videos are quite long and that I probably would get much more views if I made them like 10 minutes long to adapt to the algorithm, but I don't care about that. I just want to show off my hobby and talk about it with other like-minded people. So this is Lycia in English, Oxenia in German. I really thought that this card would do better, but I did not check this corner right here, where you can see an indent, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Still a nice card. Give me a second. which in English would be Iono, which is like a streamer figure, I think. Quite cute. I'll hurry up a bit because we've still got many cards to go through. We've got Charizard here, resting a bit after it successfully destroyed the forest. You can see Venusaur in the back here, and there's a Japanese version, which sadly has many fakes, but there's a Japanese promo card of Charizard, where Venusaur is actually fighting with it. Yeah. Another Umbreon and Darkrai. But this time, not a 7 but an 8. So it's not near mint. However, instead it is near mint. Mint. So right in the middle. And the next would be mint, and we'll be soon at mint cards. This is the third Gengar Mimikma card and the second German one in an 8. Definitely worth much more money. And the other one. Another one. Now, not a 6 but an 8. Okay, this is Pikachu and Zekrom in a 10. I all bought these GX tag team cards from the same person, I think, or maybe two separate people, I don't know, but I think it was the same person. So, as you'll see, interestingly enough, the grades differ a lot, even though you might think they score the same grades. This card, oh man, Plain Smoldress. You will see I don't know if you can see it here actually. You cannot, I think. No, you cannot. About here is a finger, somewhere here is a fingerprint, which makes it an 8, which is so sad because I think this is such a cool card. This is from the 2000 Gym Heroes, which I also get into when collecting, and then with Gem Heroes, or Gem Challenge also, another expansion, you had gem leaders like here Pyro, Büro in German, and Blaine, sorry, I mixed them up. Blaine, who was a scientist for Team Rocket at Cinnabar Island. You get the gym leaders with the badge, the gym badge, in the background at the bottom right. Then we have a PSA 8 fossil again, Ditto. I have this card in a very damaged version from my own childhood, I think. This is an 8, first edition. Here you have Kabutops, also fossil, first edition, so they're all fossil cards. Also had hoped for something more than an 8, but oh well, you can't change the past. And this is a Grey Ninja Gold Star. So here you can see the Gold Star. Gold Star cards were, I think, one of the first shiny cards in Pokemon. Now they're way more common and way less value, but the gold gold star versions. Holy moly, they are worth a lot of money. This guy, not so much, because he has this little emblem at the bottom right, meaning 25th 25th anniversary for Pokémon. Like, it's been 25 years since Pokémon came out, the DCG came out. Yeah, hoped for something more. Still okay. Alright. Everybody, let's stretch a bit just for 1 minute. Oh, my back is killing me. Okay. Okay, sorry. Now we'll get to the next level of grades, which will be grade level 9, mint cards. Here we have another Iono. This card, Giratina. I really had hoped to get a 10 this time because of my first PSA collection submission. I also submitted a Giratina and I also got a 9. Still worth 500 euros, and also if you see the background, probably from the same artist that made the Magic Hub. Lily's Clefairy EX. Beautiful card, but only a 9. Why is it only a 9? Well, still a nice card. Very nice card. There'll be another version of Lily's Clefairy now in the new expansion, the new set, Ascended Heroes. I hope that I get it because it's quite cute. We've got Kingdra EX, a promo. Lovely looking. Sadly only a 9. This was a card that I picked up at a flea market, I think, because another hobby of mine is going to flea markets, which I'll hopefully be able to do in spring, summer again. Mew EX from the 151, sadly also only a 9. Alright, here we have Alakazam EX. Also, sadly only a 9. And here we have Ninetales. Quite a lovely card, only a 9, but a very nice full art, I think. Very, very nice full art. Now this card I already had before as well, but this is a Logia V German. Beautiful card, still need the new mint version of this card. This one, oh you people, I really had hoped this one to get a 10, because this is such a rare card, but it's also really hard to grade, and there's one tiny thing. see it here. There's one tiny speck, tiny, you cannot see it. At the bottom right corner. And that is what made this card. And 9, sadly. Still worth about 500 euros, I think. Charizard VMAX. I think I bought this card from eBay for 100 euros. Or for 200, I think. Sadly, not worth as much in a 9. Well, happens. Another one. I think one of those was a pre-graded, so an already graded CGC 9.5 or PSG 9.5 actually, I think. And let's get this hair off. Jesus. And so what I did is I cracked the card, meaning that I made a cut here and a cut here, and therefore got the card out of the slab, and then I wanted to submit it to PSA because PSA cards sell way more than from other companies. But yeah, just in time. Ormod. In English, Ormod from the German jungle version. Not fossil, but this time jungle. Beautiful card in a 9. Sadly not a 10, but a 9. Oh, that is a beautiful card, I think. Keyfloor. Vile Bloom in English. In a 9. Lovely card as well. Okay. PSA. In a 9. Also from jungle. No. Oh, yeah. Jungle. This was a CGC 9.5, I think, and PSA downgraded it to a 9, an Umbreon Gold Star Celebration. Without this sticker, it would be worth 10 times more, because this was one of the original Gold Star cards. Well, okay. This is the third tag team old art card, Pikachu and Zekrom in English, in a 9. Quite nice. Now this one, this is the German version, and if the English one is now worth about 250 euros. This one goes for about 540 euros. So the language makes a huge difference, even if the grade is the same. Oh, this card, ooh. A 9, we got so close, everybody, even in English. We got so close to a 10. The only sale that I found was 1,020 euros. I think it goes for even more in America and here in the European Union. Blastoise and Piplup in German. Piplup, 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 Piplup. Funny alliteration. Here we have another Lugia. However, the 2018 Sun and Moon Super Burst Impact Japanese Rainbow Rare Full Art. Oh no, actually Hyper Rare. Hyper Rare version in a 9. Then we have another 151 card. Oh, that was my neck. Sorry. Mewtwo promo from the UBC Ultra Premium Collection box. Sadly, only in a 9. Venusaur, German Venusaur EX. In a 9. Beautiful card. Such a gorgeous card. I like this card more than the Charizard. Maybe even more than the Blastoise, I'm not sure. Mew EX promo. What a lovely card. So cute. Kind of reminds me of like Animal Crossing, Zelda, art style, if you catch my drift. And we've got another one, sadly also only a 9. It is what it is, it's the luck of the draw. Yeah, this border and the top is way thicker than this one, and therefore it's only a 9, not a 10. Erika's Invitation, another beautiful card. Love it, absolutely love it. Only a 9. Aerodactyl, Chinese in a 9. I still need to get this in the mint. We've got all the dinosaur-like Pokémons, Archaeopteryx or something like that. In the back. Palkia Vista, German. So this is like an ancient form of Palkia. One of the legendary Pokémon besides Giratina and Dialga in the Sinnoh region. This is from the set Crown Zenith, and this is like a mountain, and here there's the Zenith. Top of the mountain. Okay, we got to the 10s. Finally, Charizard VMAX German in a 10. You'll have to see it. Charizard VMAX. So shiny Charizard in a 10. Then here, Charizard V in a 10. You know, I don't really like Charizard, but I know that many people do, so that's why I bought them. And then got them graded. Zapdos EX Full Art already had this card. Traded it for something else. Still nice, with all the other 151 cards. Metal Mew EX was like a metal version. Like a metal card. In a 10. Very nice. Charizard EX. German Charizard EX. Yep. Nice one. Charmeleon. And a 10. This is a pre-evolution of Charizard and the post-evolution of Charmander, a starter Pokemon in the Kanto region, the fire starter. Nice. English version of Palkia, origin form, that's what it's called, okay. V-Star in a 10. Another legendary Pokemon, I think, in the Pokemon universe. This is God. Like, this is where all life came from. Arceus. A deity. And this one, I'm very proud of this one because I found this card at a flea market. And was like, whoa, no way that this gets a 10, but it actually got a 10. So cool. And there's this one, Pikachu. Ground Zenith as well. Full art with lots of other Pokemon in the back. Another deity or mythical Pokemon, I think. Rayquaza. Lord of the Sky. Silver Tempest, German version. Very cool. Still need this card in Yemen. And there's Pikachu with its trainer Red at the back. Also the trainer that you are able to play in the Leaf Green and Fire Red version. Like many children at that time, I thought that this was Ash. And also named my character Ash, which you're also still free to do. But in fact, this is not Ash. This is Red. I think in the Pokemon universe, besides Cynthia, one of the strongest trainers in terms of Pokemon and their level. Same thing here, like before Aerodactyl, V, Chinese, old art in a 10. If this was Japanese or English or German, it would be worth infinitely more, because the Chinese cards are like Japanese cards, but even a level higher, of very high card printing quality. So normally, like, the centering is very good. There are no scratches or nothing, and mostly they get a 10. This is a promo card, Victini, from Black and White. I think if you got this, I think this card, this is also a mythical Pokemon, and it's called Victini because it always leads to victory. Like it always will make you win, I think. One of my favorite Pokemon, actually. So yes, Iono or Enigmara, and then this guy, Bellybolt or Vampits, which is funny because Vamper in German is an endearment to say that you have a belly. So this guy is a mixture of like a belly and pellets, and like just like in English, like belly balls. You've got a belly, only got a few cards more left. Cynthia, one of... If you see this trainer, you immediately know what I'm talking about if you played Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Got her shiny Lucario and her infamous Garchomp in the bag. Still need this card in Diamond. Beautiful card. And then there's this one. N's Zoroark. I think most people actually just collect this card because of N, because N is I don't know if N actually is a human being. Because no, he actually is a human, but he's just a very, very compassionate human. Very compassionate towards Pokemon, more compassionate towards Pokemon than towards humans, I think, which many people can probably relate to in terms of that they are more compassionate, feel more compassion towards animals, like I do, for example. I'm special. No, that's not what I'm saying, but more compassion towards animals than towards humans, or towards most humans, I'd say. And he's the personification of that type of person in Pokemon. Sorry if you heard my belly. Okay. Then here we have a Chinese Espeon VMAX, which is casually sitting on the roof of a house that is inspired by, I think, a style of architectural style of housing based in the north of Germany. Not the north, south of Germany. The Harz, like Goslar, Harz, maybe also Bavaria. And I think this is also the same type of buildings that you saw, of houses that you saw in Attack on Titan, the anime. Really nice card. We've also got some Pokemon right here. Some above there. There's one person nesting, and one Pokemon, like a Wingull. You cannot see it, I think. Can you know? Like a Wingull nesting on the top of its head. Look at the top of its head! Then there's Leafeon, also Chinese, also 10. Very cute. I don't see any further Pokemon here. Well, then we have Team Rocket's Moltres in German. From the newer Team Rocket expansion. Very cool. So, this was one of the more sought after cards. Then there's this one, Ethan's OOEX, also in a 10. Marvelous card. Gorgeous. Then they've got this one. This one I don't really like that much, but it was also one of the 3 more sought after cards. And there's also the Mewtwo, which I sadly don't have, but this one, Cynthia's Garchomp. Old art. Secret illustration rare. Also in a 10. And we've got 2 left. One is this. Pikachu and Zekrom in German. I think it's worth about, because the last sale that I found was about 1,249 euros for this card. Because it's a 10 in an old art. Which is insane. And the last card that I'll show you is this one. It's non-alt art version in a 10. Yeah. Okay. These are all the cards that I actually got from my submission. I'll probably do another submission, but maybe only in like 1 year or 2 years, because these cards are very expensive. They really are, and you also need to collect them, right? But I'll post another submission video if I come to collecting more cards. I'm now only first of all focus on like selling these cards or trading them for cards that I actually want. Yeah. But with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this 1 hour long video. All of my videos are like 40 minutes to 1 hour. What am I kidding? This 1 hour long video. I hope that this could make you feel a bit more relaxed. That it got you interested in Pokemon cards. That you enjoyed it. And yeah, I hope you have a good day, a good night, a good time in general, and I'll see you around. I'll see you in the next video. Alright, see ya.